Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will be discussing about kings and their titles. This topic is very important for all competitive exams, whether it may be UPSC or state PCS. Questions are directly asked from this topic. Whether it may be ancient, medieval or modern, kings usually take these titles to determine their sovereignty, sometimes prestige, mainly to show how powerful they are. So, to mark an achievement of an event, these titles are taken. Let's try to understand the king and the title he has taken. Bindusara belonged to Mauryan dynasty. He ruled from 298 BC to 273 BC. The title of Bindusara was Amitraghata, means the destroyer of enemies. Based on this title, we notice Bindusara is referred in Greek records as Amitrocotus. This also indicates that he was a great warrior. During his reign, we find expansion of Mauryan Empire in South India. Then we have his successor, his son Ashoka, who ruled from 273 BC to 232 BC. His many inscriptions start with the title Devanam Piya Piyadasi in Prakrit, Devanam Piya Piyadarshika in Sanskrit. Later, historians mainly looked at the contribution of Ashoka, considered him as a great ruler of Indian history. That's why he is called Ashoka the Great, one of the prominent ruler of Indian dynasty, and he is the only king referred as national monarch. Next comes Kanishka. He ruled from 78 AD to 120 AD. He is the greatest ruler of Kushans. Popularly, he was known as Devaputra, that is, son of God. He has called himself as Devaputra to glorify his power. Most important is that he is the second Ashoka of our Indian history because his contribution to Buddhism. Next, moving to Gupta dynasty. Well-known ruler of Gupta dynasty, Samudragupta, also known for his military achievements. He is given the title Lichavi Dravitra, which means grandson of Lichavi, which is referred in Allahabad inscription. He has title Kaviraja, and also A.V. Smith called him Indian Napoleon. Later, Samudragupta succeeded by Chandragupta, who ruled from 350 AD to 414 AD. He had title Vikramaditya to enhance his prestige, which means courageous, very powerful, and Aditya means sun. Later, many kings adopted this Vikramaditya title. He also has another title called Shakari, because he defeated last king of Shaka dynasty, Rudramasimha III. Next king is Harshavardhana, who belonged to Pushabhuti dynasty, who ruled from 606 to 647 AD. He had a title Parameshwara, Siladitya, Uttarapateshwara. Next king is Mahendravarman I, who ruled from 600 to 630 AD. He has titles Matavilasa, which means one who loved the pleasure, and second title is Vichitra Chitta, which means curious-minded, and Chettakari, which means builder of temples. He can be considered as the founder of Dravida architecture. He was the ruler of Pallava dynasty. Next comes Narasimhavarman I. He has the title Vatapikonda. He gets this title after defeating the Chalukyan king Pulikesan II in the Battle of Vatapi, captured Vatapi and assumed the title Vatapikonda. Then have two rulers of Chola dynasty. First, Rajaraja I, who ruled from 985 to 1014 AD. Actually, Rajaraja I is not his original name. Aramuli Varman is his original name. Rajaraja I is also one of his titles. He has title as Shivapada Shekaram, a great devotee of Lord Shiva. He showed his devotion to Lord Shiva by constructing Brihadishwara temple at Tanjore in 1010 AD. Later, his son, Rajendra Chola I, who ruled from 1014 to 1045 AD, by defeating the king Mahipala in Bengal and captured Ganga Delta region in Bengal. That's why he gets the title Gangayakonda. This is the first part of kings and their titles. In the coming days, I will definitely do part 2 of kings and their titles. If you find this video informative, please subscribe to my channel. Press the bell icon for notifications. Thanks for watching.